justice for all.
All right, so we have a quorum. We just need someone to make a motion to open the meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Member Hefnicker and Ritchie. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Okay. All right, we're gonna do I didn't pull that up. Give me 1 second. I wasn't if I want to miss anybody, so I do them in order. Stand by.
Alan.
Yeah, I just don't memorize them, but you know. We got it right here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do roll call. Do you have your tape on? Everything good? Okay, so member Allen is absent. Member Boucher, present. Member Hefnecker.
Present.
Member Iannucci.
Present.
Member Carlich.
Present.
Member Kelly is absent. Member Umberto.
Present.
And then we have our counsel, Attorney Cassidy. Present. And filling in for Dave Higgins from Lankin Tully is Scott.
Present.
Last name?
Cecina.
Thanks, Scott. And our building inspector, Jim Cox. All right, so the only thing we have on our agenda tonight is the chocolate cheese factory. So if I guess Mike, you're the man.
Other than yourself.
Usually only by myself.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know at the end.
So I'm not sure if this is on.
Give it a tap. Let's see.
Yeah, it's on.
It's probably just low.
Yep. So good evening. For the record, my name's Michael Morgante. I'm the engineer for this minor site plan amendment that's before the board tonight. If you had a chance to take a look at the plans, it's a pretty straightforward application. It's about 1,800 and change square foot cold storage addition behind the building. It's kind of in a good spot. It'll be obviously blocked from any visual impact by the existing building that's there. The site still will have adequate parking as a result of the addition. The site is actually a well-developed, well-run site over the years in general. We did receive the comment letters from Lankin Tully's office, or the comments, I should say, from Lankin Tully's office. They are very minor in nature. We take no exception to them and can make those changes. We also agree with the designation as a type 2 action. It's under 4,000 square foot addition to an existing facility and meets a lot of the other type 2 requirements. Of course, we'll get confirmation from council that that is the case here. That being said, we'll talk to the board tonight and see if there's any other questions or concerns you have. But I mean, it's about as simple a project, I think, as we're going to get in the village of Monroe.
Okay, Scott, we're going to just have you, walk through your comment memo, put it on the record.
Sure. You want to go just straight through?
Yeah, just go straight through. It's short.
Sure. So, as indicated, land use determination letter provided by the building inspector Cox noted that the proposed use is a neighborhood shopping center and is an existing permitted use. Number 2, the total tract area listed on the title sheet does not match the lot area shown on the plan itself. It should be corrected. This is in reference to left side of the plan. There's some notes. I believe it was just a typo. Number 3, the bulk table on the site plan should identify the smallest side setback, 12.97 feet, under the provided column. This appears to be an existing non-conforming condition that will not be increased for the construction of the proposed addition. Number 4, the maximum building development coverage should be reviewed to ensure that the addition has been included in this calculation. Just more verification. Number 5, the existing elevation at the rear of the proposed addition appears to be about 18 inches lower in elevation than the proposed first floor of the addition. Any required steps should be shown on the plan.
Is that what it is, Mike? A step there?
Yeah, I mean, if you're interpolating, I can give an exact spot elevation, but there is going to be a difference in the pavement elevation to the building elevation. So if it's 18 inches, you'd need about 3 steps coming out of the door.
I just want to make sure.
And if, we'll coordinate with the architect the project art, to make sure that what the intent is,
Okay,
and coordinate on the site plan as well.
all right. Sorry, Scott.
Let's see. Number 6, while the proposed addition would reduce the overall amount of site parking, the site provides more than the current zoning requirement. Number 7, a dumpster enclosure should be provided, as shown on the plan if it's already there. Number 8, there are several areas throughout the architectural plan set where text appears to be masked. Additionally, sheet EX01 appears to be missing the floor plan entirely. And then number 9, a short EAF has been submitted, which we find acceptable. We know based on the size of the expansion, the application may be effective. And that's all our comments.
Okay, appreciate that.
The one thing I do want to bring to the board's attention, there is a dumpster on the site. I can point it out where it is on the screen real quick. I believe it's right about there. It's not enclosed. It's, I mean, if that's where I think it is, we can confirm that.
So it's not,
Yeah.
but it's not on the plan.
Probably in one of those like one of those spaces, kind of a little more north, so to
Right,
speak, of where you
somewhere
were.
in that general
It's not
area.
enclosed, you're correct.
It's not enclosed. It's an open red container. Well, it's a red
Are you
container
going
with
to
a,
enclose it?
if this is what the village would like, we can do that, but it
I think that's
is,
required. Yeah.
yeah, so we'll show that on the plan then. But just, at least I wanted to show you where the location is.
Yeah.
We would keep the location the same.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Okay.
So, the building, can you go to where the proposed addition, what it looks like? I'm just
It's right
curious.
here.
Oh, back, okay.
Here's the building. This is
So will you
7.
still be able to drive around the way that it used to be, where, I think you could only go from left? It's only a one-way. It's, right, is that gonna continue?
That's the intention, yeah.
Yeah. The same way, or is it gonna get reversed now?
I think we can maintain the same way.
Okay. Because I know there's 2 shipping containers, big shipping containers in the back of that parking lot, taking up at least 6 spots back there. I don't know if they could still get around it. I mean, I don't think they plan on keeping those shipping containers or not, though. Okay.
I flagged it as something to
Oh, gotcha, okay.
evaluate.
Could this, okay.
Elizabeth, do you have anything that you want to bring up?
I do, and I
Yeah.
was not as organized as Lincoln Tully, so you don't have my memo because I wrote it at 4:45 this afternoon. Okay, I agree it's a type 2 action under seeker. Technically, this requires 239, however, I believe, and I just need to confirm that we have an agreement, an IMA with Orange County. I've reviewed the one that I have on hand for Florida. I'm 98% sure that this falls under the IMA, that we don't need to send it for review. I just need to confirm that with the secretary. We have an IMA, the Village of Monroe likely has an IMA with the county that eliminates some of the lower scale projects from the requirement of 239 review. Okay, so we just need to double.
And what blocks this one, Liz, from that? What makes this one fall into the exemption?
Effectively, and I can pull up Florida's, because this issue actually just came up in another municipality of mine. So that's why I raised it. So just the actions listed below are exempt from the referral process. Site plan or special permit application for the construction of a single family or duplex home on an improved building lot. Change in use of an existing structure provided the following conditions are met. Suitable access to state or county road is proposed. The intensity of the use change does not significantly increase the traffic demands or nearby state county roadways or significantly increase the water sewer demands from such use. And then certain subdivision, small scale subdivisions, small scale area variances, and then use variances where effectively there's no expansion of facilities. And then you don't have to refer sign applications.
And so which one covers this building? Which of those?
The, of existing structures. Change in use of existing structures. If we want to, because they've got to make some changes, the conservative approach is just send it. By the time they come back to the next meeting, we'll have
Right, it's all done
239
anyway,
back.
right?
So if you want to follow the conservative approach, you can. Could it be argued that it falls under this? Yes. I don't think there's a harm in sending it.
Yeah, I think we should do it anyway, because,
Okay.
you know,
So today we'll just send it to 239.
Right.
And we can do a motion to do that at the end of the discussion.
okay.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go back to my- As this is site plan amendment, and not special use, a public hearing is not required, but may be held in the discretion of the planning board. And then similarly to what Scott said, the floor plan appears incomplete, appears to be a layer issue. 7, the proposed addition cuts off a travel lane in the rear parking lot and requires cars to turn around. Planning board to evaluate and address traffic circulation at the site. I'm not making a statement on that other than I just noticed that there was a travel lane, and now that's blocked by the proposed. And then applicant to identify the deductions for environmental and constrained lands. I didn't see it. If it's there, I apologize.
So on those last two, Mike, can you address those?
So there's adequate room for, I mean, so yes, we've cut a travel lane off essentially with the cold storage facility, but there's adequate room for cars to pull in and out of the remaining spaces that are in that aisle, as shown. I mean, if you need us to prepare a turning diagram to demonstrate that, we certainly can, but dimensionally speaking, those dimensions typically work. I've got a 20-foot wide, or I should say long parking space. That's Village of Monroe. Normally they're 18. And 22-foot wide travel aisle is usually the minimum width that's required for a car to pull in and out of a space accurately. So I'm confident that what we have shown there will work. If you want me to confirm that, I certainly can.
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer the confirmation. Scott, do you have any comment on that?
I would agree with Mike, the fact that there is still, it looks like also some hatched area that'll be just in front of the building addition in comparison to the stalls. Typically, when we have a dead end of parking stalls, we give at least maybe like 3 feet from the end of the striped aisle to where you face up against the building, so that way when somebody backs up and parks their car a little bit, you got a little room for the overhang of the bumper that you don't hit the building. I would think as long as he's got like 3 feet.
Actually, yeah, there's 4 shown there actually in that cross. Yeah. We'll go through the exercise. We have to make other revisions also if you'd like to see it.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be helpful then.
We'll
That'd be
put it on the
great.
plan.
Does
Yeah.
that go to the fire department as well for fire at all, for behind there?
You can send it as part of.
Yeah,
your
typically
239.
just to do it,
Yeah, send
to
it.
get their comments. Yep.
I'm not necessarily worried about that because there's, all sides of the building have access.
Say it again, sorry.
Yes.
This particular building, all sides of the building has access. Usually it's when the building is up against the property line and there's not, there's
Can't get to
driveways on
all
both
sides,
sides.
right.
So, but certainly it's your prerogative. You want to just send it out. We've got to send it out. They've got to make revisions. We've got to send it out for 239.
Right.
They're also below the 150-foot length.
That's correct, right?
They're well within that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that'd be great. So, yeah, I think we should just send it off to them. I'm sure they'll sign off. But then we have that, on the record, so.
So then, because it's I would ask for 2 actions. The first motion I would ask for is a motion to refer to Orange County Planning and the Fire Department pursuant to 239. Fire Department's not 239, but we'll include that in the same, to refer to Orange County Planning and the Fire Department. That's motion 1.
Okay, and you said there's a second?
Yeah, I'll get there.
Okay. Okay.
Trying to make Terry's life easier writing the minutes.
I'll make a motion to send this plan for review for fire protection
For 239,
in accordance with 239.
yeah, and for the 239 review. Let's put them both together,
That's fine.
so make it easy. So, second? Member Umberto, second?
I'll second.
All right. Crouch, and all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Okay. Good.
My
And then-
next motion is, I need the board to make a motion one way or the other, whether they wish to schedule a public hearing. They feel the need for a public hearing.
Seeker technically is ended as soon as you classify it as a type 2 action.
Yeah.
We could make you a site plan public hearing.
I'm not trying to coerce the board necessarily.
It's not a secret public
Sounded
hearing.
like coercion.
It felt it too.
Just offering information to help in the
I'm
decision.
just saying, the planning board may hold a site, public hearing on it.
It's an addition to a building that's not occupied. I mean, there's no stores in there.
Not yet.
It's zoned for it, though.
I mean, they're doing construction on it. There's gonna be,
It's actually a bakery.
the whole thing's gonna be?
Yeah. It's a
Oh,
bakery.
really?
Yeah, so that's what the code.
I thought they were still keeping it different.
So is that whole thing cold storage?
In the back, yeah, the addition is. Yeah, that's the
The whole addition?
correct, yes.
Like 1,800
Now, that
square feet?
addition is just for,
Cold storage.
It's an addition for cold storage, yes.
So
The
it's
whole
not gonna
thing's
be
gonna be a
occupied by
bakery.
anything else.
The whole thing's gonna be a bakery,
That's
right?
that's my understanding,
Cool.
yes.
The whole office space?
Oh, gosh.
Or office
I hate
space.
to work in that office
When
and
you
smell a
say
bakery all
all
day. Oh, that'd be murder,
No, I'm starving the whole
torturous.
time.
You get fat real quick.
Just from the smell. I walk past the bakery, I gain 5 pounds.
to the public?
It's open to the public, right? Yes. If you haven't had it, you should.
Is there one existing now somewhere?
I think we
What's
should
that?
have.
Is there one existing now?
I just have had some of the cheesecake around the holidays. It's exceptional. That's what I can tell you.
I'm sorry, Joe, what did you say?
No, I think we should have a public hearing on this. It's in addition to a building that's been there for a long time. A lot of people want to know what's going on. I mean, it's a small addition. How many square feet again?
1,836.
I'm sorry?
1,836.
Okay.
But it's also just for
almost
cold
a
storage.
2,000.
What's to the right of it, Mike? If you're looking from 17, what's just to the right?
Mavis.
Maybe it says to the right.
Yes, that's
what I was
correct.
thinking.
Yeah.
It's right next door.
That's correct.
The
And then the, what's it, the
cemetery-
auto? The auto?
Cemetery to the left, yeah.
There's no one, this is really impacting from a residential standpoint.
Yeah. I mean,
that's where all the tractor trailers pull in all the time. Next door.
Paul, you're over there. What do you think?
Yeah, we can't get.
Yeah, they pull in down to the Amazon, a few doors down, which is horrendous.
It is.
What kind of deliveries, what kind of trucks will this be getting delivery wise?
I don't think we're gonna be able to get tractor trailers into this
Definitely
site. We
not.
can't get them out. So we're gonna have box trucks at
They'll try
best.
though, if they don't know any better, yeah.
It might be-
Box truck won't be a problem.
Yeah, box truck's really all we can fit in here. We can't even fit a WB-50, I'm pretty sure.
Well, a box truck
So-
can turn in.
Right.
I mean, there's one way in and one way out. It can turn in the front of the store or go to the back of the store, back of the building, and pull around to the cold storage. Is this the one all the way on the right, this unit?
That's correct.
This unit,
So if you're on the road and you're facing the building, it'd be all the way in the right behind the.
it's the last one on the right.
Correct.
On the
So,
Mavis side,
so you have to come in, go behind the building,
right.
and go to cold
Yeah,
storage.
because that right
So
side
they
is
would
really.
have to
So you-
refuse
so-
tractor trailers, because I can see a tractor trailer just parking on 17 and trying to get rid of his load,
I've lived here now for 24 years. I've never seen a tractor trailer park on this section is 17M. And try to
They've
unload.
never had to deliver,
Yeah, they do it all the time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but
yeah, so.
I know 100 feet up the road, they do it all the time.
I would imagine that it would be a one-time event because you can't get into the site with a tractor trailer.
Well, that's
But that's
just
your
it.
point, you have to get your point.
And if
yeah.
if it's a bakery and if they're receiving things, I mean,
So
are
I
they
think
gonna
we
come
just-
box truck, or what happens when a tractor trailer comes?
I
Well,
think it's
let me-
gotta only be box truck deliveries.
Elizabeth,
That's what we're saying.
if I'm not mistaken, we put a condition in the 208 that,
Well, you haven't done anything for 208,
well, our discussions,
yes.
that we're gonna put a condition, no tractor trailers, they can't go in and turn around.
Well, that particular applicant, like this applicant, but slightly different, has said, and don't quote me on the size truck, I don't have it in front of me, this is the biggest truck we can get in. One of the questions we have for the applicant as part of the seeker process, and again, very different applications, but
Understand, yeah.
how are you going to regulate the big guy from coming in? I have certainly seen situations where a property owner has intended, box trucks only, and then certain folks, whether it's the owner or sometimes it's the trucking company, where they're like, we don't care. I have that situation in another municipality where, they have a loading time frame. You can't show up before this time, and they're showing up at 6 in the morning, completely against the time restriction, and they're idling their truck and they're breaking all our noise rules. So, you know, some of that, but the burden is on the property owner to manage. Ultimately, the burden falls to the property owner to manage the traffic flow in and out.
Right, how's that enforced, though?
Well, that's the $64,000 question. Some of that is on the owner. Other times it's, if it becomes problematic, and usually we get complaints, like the Amazon place up the street, you guys complain all the time.
Right,
It triggers a violation of site plan approval.
right. It becomes a real hazard for pedestrians and for motorists. You know, just I see people and you can't see.
Those tractor trailers, a lot of people complain to me, and he hears it, his father hears it. Bottom line is, they stop traffic in both directions.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
And
It's horrendous.
Here.
But a box truck,
So, Mike, what you're getting is unfortunately repercussions from your neighbor. Okay?
I don't know.
You see the mess that's there on Route 17M. We don't want to see the same thing here.
So we can certainly
I
put a,
don't think so, I don't think so, there's, of course, I don't.
Are you the owner?
No, I'm representing the owner.
I'm sorry?
I'm representing the owner, I'm helping him out with the application. As of now, he didn't have deliveries. So
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Lee Pedovic.
Better spell it out or let us hear it.
Lipa Deutsch, helping out the applicant. He didn't have any delivery as of now with tractor trailers. The way that he has the place, it's also not able to get delivery. So
The bakery, though, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
is expanding, right? The bakery itself is expanding to the whole first floor.
correct.
Okay, so,
Who's
so,
expanding? There is no bakery there.
It's the,
meaning it's
Meaning they're
coming
going
in.
to use the first.
They're gonna use the whole first floor.
So
Right,
So that's a pretty sizable
right,
Right,
bakery.
right.
So if you're getting a delivery, I think the concern is, it could be a tractor trailer worth of delivery.
normally deliveries they're getting is dairy, for cheese, dairy. Dairy
But
had
typically
didn't-
they're carrying
and then
other
the dairy
products.
truck has to be a fridge truck. Normally fridge truck is a 24 packs. They don't have a fridge truck tractor trailers that I experienced.
Does he have an existing location somewhere else right now? Does he have a pre-existing location
He has a
somewhere?
pre-existing.
So what's his deliveries like now? What comes? Box trucks or tractor trailers?
Only box truck or less, because the
fine.
refrigerator, it has to be
Yeah.
refrigerated.
Different story, yeah, that's.
So
the other thing too is, if you look at my curb line here, I physically cannot make the turn without hitting the building.
Right.
No, the point is,
We
the point, this,
don't want him to
but
know.
Mike, this is, this, but this is the point. This is the point, that they're gonna stay on 17.
yes,
that's
Right.
it.
That's the point.
That's what they're doing now. They back in, the trailer, the tractor is on the
out.
road.
Yeah.
The trailer is being unloaded relatively quickly for a tractor trailer. But it's stopping traffic.
But you also have dry
the
goods
captain's
coming in.
table.
It's not
If you
just
go 2 doors
refrigerated.
down from
He's gonna
there,
have
go towards
flour
where Mr.
and
Cohen used
other
to be towards
supplies.
Harriman.
but the flour
You got
truck
Mavis
that we
to the
have
right,
as of now is a box
and
truck.
then you've
We have no
got,
problem to limit it to say to the
the
company,
landscape
no, but
business,
he didn't
and right
have
next
any
to
delivery
that,
as of now.
where Eagle Auto
than a
used to
box
be
truck,
years
no less.
ago, there's a
Do you have it
Amazon
delivered, do you have your own
distribution
delivery
center,
service?
quite
Or
frankly,
do you have,
where it
use
was,
just
it's
a common
tractor
truck?
trailers nonstop.
No,
Yeah.
they didn't.
So
the company didn't have a
even if
delivery
they
service.
can't,
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
no, years.
No, let's number years.
And the problem is, Mike, also, if they, even if they can't back in,
She's gotta make minutes out of this. So when there's 4 different people talking in 4 different directions, she can't make minutes. I'm really sorry to be Debbie Downer.
Yeah,
Could
yeah.
we just,
There's nothing worth what we just said.
I
That matters.
understand
So-
that, but I'm hearing like, I'm trying to look up a code provision and I'm hearing like 4 different conversations and poor Terry.
Okay, you're right, you're right. Okay, so,
So anyway, Mike, that was the point of the discussion, is that if a tractor trailer can't get in, and there are tractor trailer refrigeration, I see them all the time, they have them, that they can deliver with. So it's just a matter of preventing it from stopping like we're seeing happen in other places. And then, I mean, it's for your benefit too, because you get a violation, you know, if neighbors call or people call, which they do on 17, because you know, even if they're not a neighbor, they call because it's annoying.
What kind of violation is he gonna get? The police don't do anything.
That's a legal question.
The police are in line, in the traffic, and don't do a thing.
Well, that's not our jurisdiction there.
State and local.
Yeah, right, well,
State and local. You can, Mike, you can have a tractor trailer back in. What they do is they'll pull in across the street at the veterinarian, back straight into the main driveway, sit there and unload.
Not on this site. They can't get in with that curve.
So, here, we'll make a
Believe
condition of
me,
the
Mike,
approval.
Mike,
that
a
they're-
tractor trailer can do it.
Well, we'll make a condition. We'll make a condition that we put a sign at the entrance, no trucks over X size.
There you go.
Because then, when the trucks do it, and I can't speak to the enforcement, please take that up with Mayor Dwyer and the village board, if that's, I can't speak to that, but what we can do is install a sign. And should a tractor trailer back up, should an oversized vehicle back up, it's in violation of a traffic control device,
Okay?
the cops can issue a ticket.
It's not a problem, and we'll make sure with the owner that.
That's
to make sure
about
that
what
the-
this
when
I think that's the way to-
the delivery, to
yeah.
make sure that no tractor.
yeah, I think that's the way to do it.
That's
So we'll make a condition that there has to be a sign,
Yeah.
no trucks over X.
Like 24-foot box truck, is that what you normally get?
Yeah, we'll put it in.
Yeah, because trailers I think are 40.
It's
You can almost,
Additional classification
Right.
as 26 bucks.
you can almost put a note on the site plan.
Look, we're never gonna prevent, you've seen the the sardine can accidents where somebody drove a truck where they had no business driving a truck.
Yeah, well, it'll be a condition there too, and
You know.
they'll be put on,
Somebody's gonna do something knucklehead.
right?
This will give the cops at least room to say, there was a sign,
Yeah,
violated the sign,
right.
and
Can
here's a
you,
ticket.
can you put that as a condition?
Yes.
That's what we'll do. Yep.
Does that sound good to everyone?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Marilyn, yeah?
Not a fault.
But ShopRite has a sign that says no trucks. And every morning I see a truck, a box truck, whatever, going in that front entrance, where all deliveries are supposed to be off of Gilbert Street. But they're not, because the trucks still go in, even, there's a sign, no trucks, but they still go in.
That's a matter of where they're entering those, right? It's not a matter, because they
That's an
still deliver to
enforcement
the same, they end up on, over by Gilbert Street when they're,
I don't know where they end up.
yeah, they're not going in the front.
But they go in the front. There's, I mean, they do, and there's a sign, says no trucks. That's a truck, a box truck, but so the sign, okay, good idea, but it's not gonna work.
The difference is that probably what they're dealing with many companies, many stores. Here's a one store, and the store can enforce it, and they're not using this big truck, so we can try to do it as a condition, a note on the map, and.
Yeah, and it gives the police the ability to enforce it.
Right, then the police can
That's, I think, what we're.
enforce.
Like that sign, they can, but they're not there to do it.
Cheesecake Factory is
No,
gonna
but
be
you can,
full
like a
floor.
truck
But-
stop
Yeah.
but-
on the road, there's plenty of time for a cop to get there.
So there's.
But Ms. Carlich, that's
there's 6
ShopRite's private
individual
property.
stores now.
ShopRite's private property, that's
Gonna make
17M.
it one store.
So the police certainly can
How
enforce
big of
this.
Yeah, that's
a, how
different
big of an
too.
area is this gonna be, the store location and the rest of the
Put it
bakery?
on-
Do you know,
Their property, they
Can
can't
you
put a
s-
sign on
The
somebody's
addition
house.
is
Right, but
2,000.
no, well, that's just for the cold storage, but
No, he has.
I think the
So
first
that's
floor was
enforceable,
showing.
that's not their property.
it was, okay. I'll look at it when I get home.
Do we have a floor plan for inside of what it looks like by any chance? Like
Yeah, but there's a missing page.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, do we have
I'll
the,
check it when I go home.
they typically don't give it.
I was
We could
wondering,
asking, I don't know.
on the first
You
floor,
can ask for it, that's out of our, we
Yeah,
don't do the
I got
insides,
you.
but.
that it's all gonna be bakery. How much is gonna be bakery and how much is gonna be storefront?
yeah, no, I
A small
know.
portion on the left side is going to be a small one.
Okay, so you can have a nice sized bakery in there.
And are you,
Okay.
is everything being produced on premises? As far as the baked goods, is that where it's being produced?
It's going to be baked over there, yes. They have all their ovens, and
Yeah, every layer.
Right,
everything is according to the health
Yes,
department.
yeah. Are they bringing product in to sell as well?
Only cheesecake, only their own cheesecake that they do.
Made on premises.
All the ovens are there. All the ovens will be on one side of the building.
Yes.
So the deliveries that are coming are,
Yeah, just
Car boxes,
Okay,
Just the boxes and the dairy.
Flour, I mean, it'll be dry
Sugar.
stuff too,
Yeah,
Dry
there's-
goods.
There's dry goods.
milk.
Raw materials are, I'm sure they need to.
Material for cheesecake.
what's the typical, do you know, like how frequently the trucks will come to make deliveries?
I can check it out. I'm sure it's not once, I don't know. I'll check it out.
If business flourishes, they want delivery every day.
Well, I mean, they've got one business running.
I know.
And if is it similar in size?
Yes.
The other one?
Twice a week, probably. It makes sense. Mondays, Thursdays. We have the cold
I'm sure
storage.
the dairy probably they have once a week, maybe the other boxes
I know there's a walk-up to the offices above,
in the back.
in the middle, right in the middle of the
From the
building.
front or the back, you can get up in the middle, yeah.
In the middle, right?
Yep, yeah, exactly.
So how is that gonna be adjusted or protected? Because I'm sorry,
That building addition doesn't impact that.
I understand that, but
You're talking about the first floor
the
bakery.
point is, the whole first floor is gonna be a bakery. Okay, it's gonna be retail and then product that's gonna be made on one half and one half the other. With that, there's a staircase in the middle of that building that goes up to the offices above.
The back. That's staying over there.
That's staying. Okay. I was wondering how, if they're gonna clear out all the walls and so on and try to make it open.
But nothing, the stairs is
I think it goes like this, Joe, right? There's one in the back and one in the front.
Yes.
So there might be an A-frame underneath in the middle, maybe they can access, I'm guessing, I have no idea.
There's a whole walkway.
Underneath, yeah, there you go,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I need to get back to my question.
Right, the public meeting.
Public hearing, yes, no?
So how do you guys,
I think so.
Marilyn, Barbara, Paul?
I'm teetering, because now with the truck business, I think people might wanna know about that because of the existing problem we have. They're gonna, I can hear people saying, what, we don't know another place that's gonna get tractor trailers and stuff?
But we're not.
I don't know, that's the only thing I'm thinking, is that people may wanna ask questions, I don't know. I mean, it's not really drastically changing, the only thing is that the flow of traffic may change. And there, right now, that's a real headache there.
Oh, but now you're gonna have,
Hearing is nothing more than transparency.
That's true.
That's all it is. Let the neighborhood know what's coming in. The neighborhood is complaining continuously about the tractor trailers that are there.
I mean, I don't think there's, am I wrong?
Well, I agree with you, but maybe if they hear them say, listen, there's a stipulation, box truck only, there won't be an issue, we want the public to know that. Maybe they need to hear that as well, like,
They
to
need
Joe's
to hear
point.
it.
Do I think it's necessary as far as a neighborhood's point of view? Not necessarily, but as far as a community,
Right.
I see what he's saying,
Yeah,
I mean, like, there's really no houses around
I was gonna
there.
say, I can't picture any of the
So as
houses.
that's concerned, no, I don't see the point, to
Well,
your point.
the houses are on Ramapo Street.
Yeah, maybe where I live, or, whatever.
Where you live?
Yeah.
Come on.
What is the distance, what is the radius? So just curious, for the mailers, for the public hearing.
Liz, what's the radius again?
3
300?
300 feet, I'm not 300 feet, I mean,
You're not even, you're like 1,000.
yeah, so there's probably literally a few. But to your point, transparency is part of what we do here, so I think,
I think the people want to know.
If anybody shows up at all, that's just it, just to give them the chance
Right,
to
it could
let
be
them
very
know what's
quick.
and they
going on.
might love to hear this,
Plus, it
quite
might be
frankly,
good
it's great.
advertisement for you.
I'm okay with that.
Advertisement for you.
I think it's a good idea.
I like the idea of
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Okay, so then a motion to have a public hearing, we can set the public hearing for our
Someone
August,
make the motion?
I will make that motion.
our August meeting.
Which one?
And does this set
Pick
them
a
back
date.
at all?
It's gonna be-
Set them back at all? That's just-
That
No.
Tuesday, right?
I mean, they've got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
now.
As long as not setting it back.
27th, right?
27.
August
birthday.
27th.
Public hearing.
Okay, so second to the motion?
I'll second it. We'll tag team.
All right, since Marilyn doesn't get in there too much, we're
We'll
gonna
give
use.
it to Marilyn.
we're gonna give
We'll give it
it-
to Marilyn.
Joe
Marilyn made the
made the
motion.
motion.
Marilyn made
Marilyn
it.
seconded.
Barbara seconded.
No, Marilyn.
Marilyn seconded, Mr. Umberto here.
Made the motion.
And all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Okay, so that's what we've done for now, Terry, and, if you can send off, 239, that would be great. The good news is,
22nd or 27th?
everything is more than 30 days, because this is the fifth
Right.
week of the month.
Okay.
So we'll be in a position to take action, have a public hearing and take action on the 27th.
Okay. And I'll get the public hearing mailing list from Terry? Okay. And the notice as well. You'll prepare it and send it to.
I will prep the notice.
Yep.
And Liz, remind me, who's responsible for contacting the fire department? Is that us or is it the applicant?
We just mail it.
We just mail it, so,
Or email.
to the fire department.
We email it.
I just, like I did last
Yeah.
time,
Yep.
just email them a
Exactly.
little something in
Yeah.
the plan.
Yep, send them the plans.
Yep. Okay, anything else from the board? Or, Mike, anything
I
else?
think that's it for me tonight.
Okay,
Be nice to have a bakery in town.
Yeah, absolutely.
so,
Nice
Yeah.
bakery.
Good cheesecake?
Very good.
You know,
that's right, there you go, that's right.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good idea.
Thanks for your time. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Let's assuage the public with cheesecake.
Marlene was pretty good too, for the
Well,
record.
they got some cookies.
All right, did we have minutes on this?
They're Italian abroad in.
No, they bake everything.
All right, see you, Jim.
Cookies they bake.
Thanks, Jim.
Italian.
Okay, assuming everybody read the minutes, we have, need to approve the 528 minutes, which was a regular meeting. 610 was a special meeting, so they need to be approved too, so both are meetings. So I'm assuming you guys read them. Any comments? Edits, corrections, deletions, complaints? Speak now.
I
Okay,
was just absent from the 6:10.
You were absent.
right, so you can't vote for that?
Paul was absent.
And Paul was absent for the 528, so you can just abstain. All right, so we need a motion to accept the 528 minutes.
I'll make the motion.
Member Iannucci, and second?
I'll second.
All right. Mal, you are.
I because I have a chance, otherwise it's Fred.
Fred's not
Fred's
here.
very fast, yeah.
Yeah, Fred's quick. So, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Okay. And then we need a motion for the 610 minutes. Marilyn wasn't here, so don't expect any help.
I'll make that motion to accept them.
Okay, Member Iannucci makes the
Second.
motion, and Member Heffinger seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? And with an abstention, each of them for the.
That's a good job, Terry.
Now we need a
We're not
motion
picking
to
up any
adjourn.
errors, you're doing a good job.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Everybody wants to do that one. So Member Heffinger and seconded by Member Umberto.
Did anyone notice how that building where they're gonna put the bakery, the facade was changed? And like nobody knew about it? How did they change that? It's all cemented now, you know, it's.
Stucco.
Stucco,
Yeah.
is that what it
That's a
is?
great question.
How did
Hey,
that happen?
hey Liz,
Scott,
how do people change their storefronts? Is that not a planning board issue when they change like the texture or they, like, because I know when we approve something, we approve texture, landscaping, everything, the ARB.
It depends, most times, the sign would trigger, at a minimum, the sign would trigger some sort of review either by the planning board, but, not planning, building department, at a minimum, but often we have a couple of sign districts that a change of the sign would trigger ARB review for changes. in
When you say
sign.
change of the, so that's a change of a sign.
Right, but also, I'd have to look at the ARB regulations and the extent of the changes to the structure.
Because Marilyn just noted that this building that we're talking about, they changed the whole texture in the front.
Yeah, the exterior is totally different.
Well, it's
Completely different.
And it still looks unfinished to me. It
I
still
can
looks
look at
unfinished.
I can look at ARB.
All right.
Yeah, at least they had an awning before, now it's just straight up, it's just straight up.
They've done that
stucco,
with
yeah.
a number of buildings.
Yeah,
out
that's kind of the
there.
look, I mean, there's
Yeah.
just like boxes now, you know,
Now it's just, yeah, and it
that's
looks
their
like.
style.
it's the look, yeah.
This looks-
But the thing is the question is do we have a say in that?
Hold on.
See, I don't know.
Well, if it's before us, we do.
Well, even if it's not before us, can they just?
If they've come before us previously, then yes, if we put a condition in there, we almost always do when we do ARB, then they have to come before us, and if they don't, that triggers a violation of the approval,
Okay.
of a condition of the approval.
That's a good question, though. That would, yeah, because I noticed.
Because
that
this
too.
building wasn't before
Yeah.
us, at least not in my tenure.
No, nothing.
Right, so they changed it, but there would be no condition placed on it from us previously.
Right.
So I don't know what the code is on that.
Well, and how do we keep it in the?
Well, once we see it,
To fit the area.
by the ARB, you can put a perpetual,
It used to fit the area, now?
Now it doesn't.
Right.
It's modern looking and it's
Yeah.
not, still looks unfinished. It just.
Okay.
Yeah, so what-
Applicability, the requirements of this chapter, which are section, and this is 200-73, architectural review. Applicability, the requirements of this chapter shall apply to any building or structure requiring site plan or special permit approval and/or a building permit application for exterior alterations or additions which change the existing shape or design of a non-residential building or structure, i.e. they are subject to architectural review, or any application for a building permit for exterior changes to the shape or design of a building previously approved by the planning board in any building, structures, and alterations in subdivisions consisting of 5 or more lots or more. The requirements of this chapter, this is number 2, shall not apply to permits issued for the construction of or alteration or addition to single-family or two-family dwelling, the construction of alteration to any accessory buildings or structures of a single-family or two-family dwelling, except where the single-family or two-family dwelling is located within the Village of Monroe Historic District or is listed or eligible to be listed on the New York State Register of Historic Places. The planning board this is item 3, the planning board in reviewing subdivisions, planned unit developments, multifamily dwellings, and site plans shall require the developer or owner of the project to submit its plans for development of the land, including the type of buildings to be constructed, the location of buildings on the proposed site, architectural renderings, and samples of architectural materials to be used on the building or structure, including impervious surface materials. After reviewing the plans of the development and making an on-site inspection, the planning board shall submit its recommendations for the development to the developer or owner of the project, which architectural recommendation may be conditioned of the planning board's final approval. So, yes, I will let Mr. Morganti know that he has to bring ARB. Now, that does not necessarily preclude the approval. We can make it as a condition and is subject to ARB. You can bifurcate the two.
right,
But
okay.
So they must have gotten a building permit for it then, right? I would think, because you can't miss that they changed it.
Well, wouldn't they have to get the building permit, or wouldn't they have to come to us?
No, that's
To
because
us?
of-
no, not
Building
if they,
department.
not if they go.
they didn't have a site plan before us, that's what triggers the ARB.
Oh, okay, I see.
Now they came.
This is an amended,
Right,
unless the building predates zoning, but that building can't be that old.
no,
No, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That doesn't.
I will let him know that he has to also add that, and I will shoot him an email.
Yeah, perfect. Perfecto. Yes.
And what can
great
we
question.
ask on that to make it fit in the area? There's the next question. Because now we're left with what has been done, and how do we make it,
You can
how do we smooth the edges? Let's put it that way.
You
look at
can-
your standards, again, if you want homework, go read section 200-73.
Exactly.
And you can see what you ask,
200-73?
Yes.
All right,
all right?
will do.
All right, so we just need a final adjournment. We got the motion and we got the second, and all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? We are adjourned.
I'm sorry, Liz. What was that again? 200 what?
70.